Hey everybody, Katie Hinojos here with First Coast Heroes real estate team here in Jacksonville, Florida. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about new construction. It's a word that gets thrown around a lot, and maybe you know what it is, maybe you don't, maybe you have a few questions. I just want to clarify a couple things about what new construction is. So in a nutshell, new construction is basically a new structure is going to go on a vacant piece of land. It's going to be a brand new structure on a piece of land. This is different than, say, like a renovation where a previous house was totally remodeled with new systems and appliances, for example. Oftentimes, especially in this market, they can range from totally custom, where you're working with an architect on the floor plan to every tiny little feature and every little outlet and where everything goes, all the way up to they're already spec'd out for you and everything's already decided for you, and you're just like, yep, this house on this lot with these features, I'll take it. For what we typically see here in Jacksonville, we're looking at typically like semi-custom, where you can choose from maybe like a few floor plans, and you pick a floor plan that's already been predetermined and laid out for you. And then you can kind of choose different features in the home, like your carpet, your flooring, your cabinets, your counters, things like that. All the way up to, like I said earlier, a spec home. So when you go into a new construction community, there's typically a model home or two, and there's usually people, representatives sitting there who are really nice and really friendly and tell you everything about their awesome community. We just wanted to let you know that those representatives are representatives of the builder. They do not represent you. They have to tell you the truth and be honest and fair with you, but they do not represent you. So one thing we always say is, if you're going to consider new construction as a potential option for yourself, make sure you bring your real estate agent with you that very first meeting, or at that very first meeting say, I have a real estate agent, here's their card, here's their information, so that they will honor that representation, and then you have that representation moving forward. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the benefits. So we often will do videos about these great incentives that builders are having, or builders will put out signs with interest rate numbers or things like that. Those usually are for those spec homes that are ready pretty soon. So there's often really cool benefits. They'll cover closing costs sometimes, or prepays. Maybe they'll throw in, they've thrown in golf carts. They've thrown in just various incentives to get you to sign a contract with them. So that's kind of cool that they offer those incentives. You don't usually see that with a resale home, for example. They often come with really great home warranties and structural warranties that you can just fall back on. The bumper-to-bumper warranty, that's really nice. Also, it's a brand new home. You know that nobody else has lived there before. Nobody else has stepped on your carpet before. It's your new home, which is pretty cool. We're also seeing typically new homes are built with those energy-efficient materials. So your monthly utilities are probably going to be a little bit lower than maybe if you buy a home that was built a while ago. Also, it's a brand new house, so the likelihood that you're going to have to buy a new roof or a new HVAC in the very near future is pretty low, which does save you some money there up front as you kind of consider those things. So a couple things to watch out for. We already touched on one, which is that the builder representative is not your representative. You need to bring in your own real estate agent from the very first meeting, because if you don't do it from the very first meeting, they may not honor it moving forward. So you definitely want to have your own representative, your own real estate agent with you from the get-go. Also, a lot of those incentives are attached to using the builder's preferred mortgage lender. So if you're already working with a mortgage lender that you really, really like, you may have to disappoint them, because to get the awesome interest rates or the closing cost assistance or whatever it may be, you probably will have to use their preferred lender. So it's just something to kind of be aware of. A couple other things to be aware of with new construction. They are building it, so there may be delays in construction, and you may think that you're going to be built by this month, and it's actually a month later. So you kind of have to be a little bit more flexible, a little bit more accommodating to the builder, because they have to deal with a lot of different subcontractors, and sometimes things take a long time. Other things to consider with new construction is a lot of those gimmies are in a resale, like the appliances or the window treatments, things like that, may or may not be included in a new construction. So, for example, the home I'm in right now, the fridge doesn't come with it. So that's something to kind of consider as you are moving forward with new construction. And finally, tax bills. You want to be on the lookout for your property taxes. So the year that you buy your new construction home and you close on it, the tax bill still reflects a unimproved property, right? So that means that there was no structure on it. So your taxes are really, really low. But after that first year and then the next tax assessment, there is a structure on the property now, and your taxes will go up significantly. So make sure you talk to your lender about what those tax implications could be for you and a ballpark of what the tax bill could be on following years, because that has taken people by surprise in the past. Okay, well, I hope this was a helpful little introduction into what new construction is. If you have any questions about new construction communities here in Jacksonville, we'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. We really think it's a really good deal, especially right now with all the incentives that they're offering. So we'd be happy to help guide you along in that process for your future home. All right, well, have a good day. Bye.